Thanks for joining me. Today I have on the show Hailey Van Lith. She is our basketball extraordinaire in our community and well supported, and we follow her career and her college choices and her games, and she's really brought a huge light to the Valley with her skill and her determination. And I wanted to have her on the show today to talk about how COVID has changed her life on a daily basis because she's a student athlete, and I thought who better to talk to than our local Olympian. So thanks for being here.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate it. I just have talked with your mom, and I know that you have a really great attitude about everything. That's part of the reason I wanted to talk to you, because I know you're going to come on here with this bright smile and talk about, the real challenges, but also that you're taking it in stride. So on a daily basis, what would you say to people about how it's changed for you? I mean, you are someone who spends hours at various gyms working on various skills.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very blessed. I have access to a nice weight room and a half court, like basketball court that I can still get shots up in. So I really am very blessed in this situation, but I mean, I can't play live, which sometimes you can only do so much training before you're like, I want to play, like I want to get back on the court and play defense and like steal the ball and score. But no, I have a lot of stuff to be grateful for right now. And I'm just going to keep working away, and hopefully everyone stays healthy and we can get back to basketball soon.
When you, there are a lot of things. I don't think I can keep track of the number of things that were canceled over the last few weeks and the weeks coming. So how are you adjusting to that? And what are some of those things that are canceled for people who don't know about the accomplishments you'd made and the things you were invited to do this summer?
So this spring, I was selected for two All-American games, the McDonald's All-American and the Jordan Brand Classic. And they're two like very honorable games. Lots of past great NBA, WNBA players have been a part of them. And just not being able to participate, being selected was great news. Like, I was so happy, very blessed. But you want to get selected, but you also want to play in it and like be a part of it. And just not getting the opportunity to do that was hard for me to swallow at first. But obviously, sports becomes very low on the priority list when something like this is happening in the world. And even I was supposed to be a part of something called Culture Jam, where I was going to get to collaborate with music artists and all sorts of different people in LA this spring. And I'm also not getting to do that, which I was super excited about. But at the same time, if it's meant to be for me, it'll come up again in my life. And all I can do is just be with my family right now and not try to focus on everything I've lost.
That's a good way to think about it. So what's a typical day like for you? I know that you're still training. I know your mom always says that she takes care of your hydration and nutrition, and your dad makes sure you're working out. So what's a typical day like for you?
So I just started school back up this week. So I do my classes in the morning, try to just get them out of the way when I'm still like not tired yet. And so I do my classes for about 2 to 3 hours in the morning, and then I'll do my conditioning, and I'll go for either a long distance run or do some type of sprinting workout. And then I'll lift around 2, 3, somewhere around in there, and just try to really build my muscle now that I can't play and there's no reason that I can't be tired. And then later in the night, me and my dad will go to the gym and get a lot of training in down there and just take a time to be involved in basketball and kind of get away from the stress of what's going on right now, and just play sport. But I've also been focusing a lot on watching film, and now that I can't be outside as much, just studying the game and learning from people that are way better than me, professionals, and just trying to improve myself.
I always wonder what your dad's going to do every evening when you leave, and your mom too. But they're optimistic that perhaps they'll find a new normal as well. Any word about when you leave? Has any of that changed? You chose your college. Tell people who might not know where you're going and what your plans are.
So I committed to the University of Louisville, down in Kentucky, and I was originally supposed to be there June 10th. So obviously that is not happening anymore, but it's really up in the air. They don't really know. I could go down in July, hopefully, but I wouldn't be able to train or take classes. So not much point in going down if I can't go to there and do what I was supposed to do. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be more in August, because Louisville starts class in the middle of August. So hopefully by then I'll be down there.
Well, I'm excited for you. Whatever comes, I know you'll make the complete most of it and make all your dreams come true. I've heard you say it many times, and I was really excited when I read what you said about not making excuses about being great. You know, that you have embraced that. That takes years for some people to understand and respect their own talent. So I'm glad you're already there.
No, thank you so much, Lisa.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you doing the show, and I look forward to watching you play. I've already planned to take at least one trip with your mom to see you play.
Awesome. I'll look forward to that.
Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
There's Hunter.
Hey, Hunter.
Hello. Sorry I hugged you the other day. I forgot about the quarantine.
No big deal.
Oh, thanks for doing this. My next guest is one of the busiest people I've ever known. He's always got a project going, but always feels like nothing gets done. And I wanted to have him on the show to talk about time management and what he's learned through this experience. His name is Heath Frazier. He is the owner of Chief Fitness, someone I used to hang out with 4 days a week and haven't seen for a long time. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it feels like a year since I've seen you at all.
My body feels like it's been a year. Yeah, so you and I work together about 4 days a week, and you've taught me a lot, and kickboxing has become the thing that I really love doing, and I'm dedicated to it. I've never been so dedicated to exercise. So I thank you for that.
Here's the boredom.
Yeah, it is the boredom, and you are a master at creating the 30-minute workout. Get in, get out, and be done with it. So thanks for that. But what I wanted to have you here on the show today to talk about is, like I said, you were so busy all the time, and we would spend some of our time working out, talking about your schedule and talking about the ideas you had and things you wanted to do and how you never had enough time to get them done.
Sure.
I just want to know what just the first couple of days of this sheltering in and the closing of the gym was like for you. Did you think of all the things you could get done, or were you kind of a little stagnant, like some of us didn't know what to do next?
Yeah, I mean, I would say at least for the first week, I was probably just in shock, you know. I mean, we basically got our lives flipped completely upside down overnight, it felt like. I didn't realize how much I was used to the busyness of even the gym. You know, coming in here now and there's no noise at all is so eerie. You know, it's really weird. I'm getting used to it now, but it's probably going to be the other way when we open back up. I'm not going to be used to all the people.
How have you gone about tackling things? Because there's a lot of people, like, there's so many things I could be getting done right now. I read an interesting post the other day that said, if you haven't learned a new skill through this, then time wasn't the issue. It's like people use the excuse of no time to exercise. Well,
Sure.
That's not an issue for
Number
a lot of
one.
people. Some people are still working their same jobs or working at home and homeschooling. So for some of people, it really, time is completely different and not any more easy to manage. But for you, how did you start tackling things?
I actually still feel that, you know, that sense of almost panic. Like I don't have enough time. Like there's so many things I want to do, or I feel like I want to do because we are closed. So in my head, I think, okay, great. I have all this time to catch up on stuff. And I still feel that panic. Like, oh gosh, I'm not going to get it done. I'm not going to get it done.
So is
Before,
it just part of your nature then, you think? That
yeah, I'm learning.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to sit still.
Mhm.
You know, and now I think I give myself even more stuff to do because I feel like I have all this time. you know. Yeah, I think it's just part of my nature. I just don't, my to-do list is never ending, you know.
It's never done. Yeah.
Mm.
So is there anything on your mental list or your written list that when all this is done and the gym fills up again and we're doing our, AM workouts together,
Sure.
I'm curious, what are you going to say? Man, I wish I'd have done this or that. Like, what can you point out to yourself now so you're not telling yourself that later?
Yeah, there's the biggest one I can think of is there's a lot of like class schedule structure. You know, I feel like I should be using this time to try and like improve or perfect the flow of the gym, you know, the class times. But like you said, it's almost worse because in my head I feel like, well, I have, you know, I have all this time. I can do that tomorrow. I can start on that Monday. You know, it's kind of like we do with workouts. I'll start getting in shape on Monday. You know, Monday I'll start eating better. You know, so it's kind of a double-edged sword because when I had less time, I was almost more
Productive.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's true. When I'm on a deadline, my refrigerator gets cleaned out, my pantry gets cleaned out, I get that laundry put away because I'm doing everything I can to avoid whatever deadline it is.
Yeah,
And
you
then I
feel
get
that
all this
pressure to get
extra stuff done. Right. Right. So what are
Yeah.
some of the fun things you're doing? I know that you were really busy with doing, the parties and stuff that you have at the gym, the Nerf parties. And so those
Right.
aren't happening, but that's what took up a lot of your weekend time. So your son must be
Yeah.
thrilled to have you around. And
Yes. So it's funny, you know, you almost feel like, I'm sure a lot of people can attest to this, that it almost feels like, you know, Mother Nature's way of kind of slapping you back to the things that are important. You know, I mean, it's no exaggeration. I was working 4:30 a.m. till midnight daily, you know, sleeping from 1 a.m. till 4 a.m. and doing it all again. And I realize now, you know, my son is like, he's so much happier. He's in a better mood because dad's home, or, you know, and it kind of makes you realize, like, you know, when we go back to this, I need to really like balance that better. You know, I mean, it's like I turn around, my son is 10 years old. How'd that happen? You know?
you trust me, I understand that for sure. The one thing that I'll say about that is I read this fantastic article about, I'll send you a link to it, but it's about how don't be so quick to buy into the advertising and the messaging that's going to come our way about getting back to normal, about, reclaiming our lives and our time, because some of this stuff is supposed to stick. Like some
Right,
of the things we're learning, we're supposed to keep implementing. It is the knocking on our door, the lesson we're supposed to learn, that if we don't learn it, it'll come in another form.
right.
And we don't want that. So I would encourage you, I encourage myself, I encourage everyone who's watching to think about the stuff that you want to stick and how you're going to make those things stick. And then, so we'll chat about that when we're back to our workouts, right? We have to start setting a timer because we end up chatting too much, but I want to hear what you feel like is sticking for you, because like I said, you're pretty much the busiest person I know. But like you said, a lot of it's busyness, not necessarily getting business done.
Yeah. You know, like say the biggest thing is I don't want to go back to, you know, not seeing my family, and it's ironic now that the gym's been shut down, I've actually had more time to work out. You know, where before I felt like, you know, well, I'll work out after I get this done, you know, and then after I get that done, then I'll work out. And so I wasn't very consistent with my own workouts. And now I realize, well, this is what it feels like to work out all the time and be, you know, consistent and not be rushed with my workout. So it's been good in that sense. You know, I've kind of like, it's kind of rejuvenated my own passion for fitness, you know?
Yeah. You'd say that during workouts a lot. You'd say, man, I wish I could work out.
Right.
I'm thinking you're in this gym all the time, but I can see how that would happen. So yeah, so I've been thinking about you guys. I'm super excited your family's going to spend this time together, but I cannot wait to get back to the gym. And I'm sure you'll be met with so much enthusiasm that I just look forward to the buzzing feeling that we'll be having at the gym.
And hopefully it reignites other people's passion in like this. Remember what it feels like to not be able to work out. You know, I was joking with someone the other day. to remember when we used to be able to skip our workouts. Like we could do it, but we had the option of not going. You know, now that you can't go, I think everybody feels like they want to work out even more.
Right.
So hopefully that sticks for everyone.
Well, I wish you the best. You know, things are going to be gradually changing back to whatever that new normal is for a while. So enjoy your last bit of time. So thanks for being with us today. And I say hi to your family and I wish you guys the best.
That was so good to see you.
You too. Take care.
Now it makes me miss everyone.
I know, dang it. Oh, and thank you for the posts that are the workouts that we can do each day.
Oh,
I did them on my back patio some of the time. I even had to text you to ask for instructions. And I thought, well, I could have just looked on YouTube like you did.
Which reminds me, that's on my to-do list. I'm supposed to be doing an instructional video of what the punches are and stuff. So thanks for reminding me that.
You're welcome. Okay, get to it.
All right. Good to see you, Lisa.
Take care, you too.
Goodbye.
Bye. There are so many cool things we can see right now on social media and throughout different ways that we get our information. I tend to focus on the positive things and I want to share those things with you. I ran across a video produced by Foothills Middle School right here in the community where we live in Wenatchee, Washington. And I wanted to show the video to you, which I will do later in this interview. But I first wanted to talk to Angela Richmond. She is a teacher at Foothills Middle School and she put this whole thing together. Thanks for being here, Angela.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us, I'm going to show the video later in this segment, like I said. Tell us a little bit about what it is and how you thought of the idea and what is the meaning behind it for you and the people who put it together.
Well, the idea came from our art teacher, Kaya McLaren. She had seen some celebrities doing a similar video and she pitched it to the staff as something that she thought would be a fun idea. And I said, I'm on it. So that's where it started.
Tell us the idea.
She wanted to do a compilation of a song. We hadn't decided on the song at that time, but just something that we could work together as a message for our students. Something we thought would be fun.
And which song did you choose?
That was actually funny. We were both brainstorming and we emailed each other at the same time suggesting Lean on Me. So we ended up doing Bill Withers' song, Lean on Me.
And that was about the time of his passing. So you were able to honor him in that way as well as support the students?
Yeah, that was kind of weird. We decided on Lean on Me and then he passed away a week later. So it was even more meaningful when I produced it at the end and put the tribute on the video because that was unexpected.
So how did you go about it? How many participants are there? I know that the principal of Foothills Middle School, yourself, how did you even go about pulling all these people together?
Well, I can't remember exactly how many people are in the video. There are a lot more people I wish were in the video, but I sent out one request and one reminder and a plea, and I figured that was enough. If people hadn't sent me anything at that point, they weren't going to. And I know some people wish that they had once they saw the finished result. But initially what happened was as soon as I decided on the song and the idea, I recorded the one video of me playing guitar. And I sent that out to the staff and said, hey, make sure that you're playing this one with headphones on while you do yours so that we're in the same key and we're playing at the same tempo. And I also said, you can hold signs, you can lip sync. I don't care, just send me something. So that's how I started it. And then I waited. It took about 2 weeks before I made a deadline and said, okay, I need to start working on this, so send me something.
It's pretty overwhelming, right? To take all those pieces and put them together and try to make sense.
Yeah, it was. I didn't count hours, but days.
Sometimes you don't want to count the hours, right?
No.
That way when I edit the show, sometimes it's a quick, easy couple of cuts for Zoom, and other times we recorded recently a cooking show that had 3 different cameras, which you try to make it interesting for the audience, right? You achieved that for sure. What was the response? What's the response you've received?
Well, the staff loved it. And I've had a lot of people say that, it brought them to tears and the kids were excited. I posted it on all of my Google Classrooms and they loved it. And then of course it spread beyond that. And, initially it was a message to our students, but some people, really related to it. And it's become, I guess, a message beyond that because it's spread all over Facebook and I think there've been like 2,000 views of it so far, and it's only been a couple weeks. So it resonated with people, and I'm really glad because I think everybody that was involved really had fun. So
I think it's one of those things that you can't anticipate the response. You just have to do it from your heart and hope for the best. And those are usually the things that get the most views. If you were trying to tackle, embracing everyone or reaching everyone, it might have fallen flat, but you definitely achieved the goal of reaching the students and then beyond. So I really loved it.
thank you.
Is there anything you want to say about it before I put it on here? We're going to show it in its entirety for this segment.
Oh, cool. I don't think so. Just thank you for everybody who participated. I know it was intimidating for some of you, and I thought you were fantastic. So
Good job. I really enjoyed it. Take a look. We'll show the audience.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those other needs that you won't let show. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load if you just call me. Call me if you need a call me. Call me if you need a call me.
The Toyota RAV4 is the best-selling SUV in its class. The legendary RAV4 started selling in 1994 as Toyota's first compact SUV. In addition to the gas engine RAV4, Toyota is the only brand offering 4 hybrid trim levels. Its cabin serves up a sleek design, and rear seat passengers enjoy plenty of room. Come test drive a RAV4 at Town Toyota today. The best-selling SUV just got better.